guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's been a really long time, I feel like, since I've actually just sat down and filmed a video of me doing makeup, doing a fun makeup look. So that's what I wanted to do today. I have yet to feature the, get it, come on. So I've yet to do a tutorial with the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. I'm sure everybody and their mom has heard about this palette. I really love it. I've had it for a while. And one of my friends actually asked me the other day, why haven't you done a tutorial with the Jaclyn Hill palette on your channel? I was like, well, I don't know. So that gave me the idea to use that today. I remember when I used to watch makeup tutorials, I wanted to find tutorials where people just used pretty much one palette for most of their shades, because it was always hard following someone who grabbed a shade from this palette and that palette and using a few of these single eyeshadows from different brands. I know a lot of people have this palette, so I wanted to go ahead and do a look featuring this, and then we're also going to be adding a little bit of sparkle to the lid. I just got some new colors in from Glitter Injections. I've had a few shades for a while, and I've always loved their pressed pigments. I don't have a whole lot in my collection. I'm just kind of slowly building. I really love the Stila Magnificent Metals, but I wanted to use these. These are really affordable. Thought this look would be absolutely perfect for Valentine's Day that's coming up. I like this makeup look is full glam, but it doesn't have a whole lot of products and extra steps, in my opinion. Now, some people may watch this and be like, oh my God, you just did like 20 different things. But there's a difference to me in going like full on glam with lashes and extreme contouring versus just doing a really pretty eye look and keeping the face more simple. So that's what I decided to do with this. I didn't put on any lashes. Of course, I don't wear them all the time because, I mean, it's just not very realistic. So enough rambling. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like the video before you leave. And if you want to see how I got this makeup look right here, then just keep watching.
Okay guys, so we're going to jump right into it, starting with our eyes. First, going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette. And then once we get those shades on our eyes, we're going to top it with these really pretty glitters. I always prime my eyes. I don't ever use an eye primer. I find that concealer works, and this is just from ColourPop. So I'm taking some translucent powder from Too Faced and just setting that concealer so it's not sticky. And then I'm going to go in with my all-time favorite blending brush from Morphe. It's an R37, and picking up this first shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette. I believe it is called MFEO. And it's just a soft brown shade, just a good transition shade to get you started with your eye look. And then taking it just a little step darker, this is in the shade Pooter, using the exact same brush, just doing windshield wiper motions back and forth. I probably dip into this a few times just to build it up. I don't ever like to dip my brush in just once heavy-handed. I like to build up the shadows. Just making sure that's even on each side. Now I'm going to be grabbing my crease brush from Morphe. It's an M433. It does a really good job just packing those colors into the crease, into the socket. We're taking the shade Buns and just going to start darkening it up. This is what's going to start building that soft smoky look. So just focusing it in the crease. And now this is a pencil brush. It's the M431. As you can see, it's very tiny. And we're picking up this dark brown shade called Mocha in the palette. And we're just going to focus that more on the outer corner, kind of making a V shape where we kind of just slightly flick it up a little bit over the eyelid. And I'm going to do this 2 or 3 times to pack it up and build it to the darkness that I want. So like I said, I don't ever just dip in one time, swipe and go. I build it up. And now I'm just grabbing that crease brush and not putting any product on it, just to blend out that dark mocha color that we just stuck in. I don't ever just go in with one brush. I like to blend everything out so there's no harsh lines and it just melts the colors together. Now we're going to be picking up this shade called Beam, and it's just a nice frosty shade. Of course, my camera cut out, so I'm just showing you right here where I put it, just in the inner corner. And now I'm going to take this gold shade in the palette called Queen, and this is the main color I want on the lid. The white frosty shade was just to give a little pop to the inner corner. I'm using a MAC 242. And now we're picking up the shade Roxanne. This is what's going to really make the soft, smoky eye look. I'm just using that crease brush and just tapping it on the outer corner, feathering it over the gold that we just put on. And I dip into this color probably 2 or 3 times. And then just blending it out with that first brush we started with, just to make sure there's no harsh lines and all the colors just flow together. Now picking up this beautiful glitter from Glitter Injections, I believe it's called Copper Crush. We're just going to use that same flat MAC brush and tap this on our lid. This is the star of the show. And of course I forgot my glitter glue, so I do have a little fallout. So if you do have some glitter glue, just tap that on before you use this and you won't have that problem. I don't want a huge thick black line, so I just did a soft line just to kind of darken up my lid just a teensy bit. Throwing on my favorite mascara, Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. I'm trying to do a very simple smoky eye here, so we skipped the lashes and just went in with mascara. So this is a little tip I sometimes use with my concealer just to give me that cat eye, real sharp eye look effect. I make just a little bit of a line with my concealer and then just blend it out with my finger or my beauty blender. Now we're going to move on to the face using MAC's Strobe Cream to prime. Get ready for that foundation. Then as always, I'm going to go in with my pore primer from Smashbox and just tap that in where I have, you know, larger pores. And as you can see, I have a few little red bumps on my face. You know, it's that time of the month. My skin went a little crazy, so I'm just using this to kind of conceal that redness. And then I always tap some concealer over it just so that green does not come through my foundation if it does happen to separate or do anything crazy. It just provides a little bit more extra coverage. And after we got those little spots covered, I'm going in with my all-time favorite foundation. This is from Maybelline. It's their new Super Stay that they just released. I always warm it up on the back of my hand and then tap it all over my face. And it's a little bit darker, I realize, than my actual face color, but I'm trying to match my neck because I did self-tan. It kind of looks like it doesn't match in the video, but I assure you it did match when you're looking at it in person. So I always match my face, foundation, whatever you want to call it, to my neck, not to my actual face color. And now I was a little upset because my camera cut out all my contouring and concealing that I did. So I just wanted to add this little clip in here in fast forward so it doesn't take too long, showing you how I use this LA Girl concealer, bronzer, whatever you want to call it. I use it to contour. It's super easy and affordable. So if you want to check out that video, I'll list it down below. Now I'm just blending out that concealer with my Morphe sponge, and then I'm going to set it using my favorite new powder that I found. I've been using it for the past 2 months. It's the Born This Way powder. I will have the actual name listed down below in the description. And tapping that all over where my pores are, where I put that concealer, just to make sure it doesn't budge and crease throughout the day. Now I'm setting my smile lines. I always bake right in here, leave that powder on just for a little bit, so it helps them not come through as fast. They will come through just because they are there, you know, there's no getting rid of them unless I get fillers. So leaving that powder on just helps it be a little bit more foolproof. Now I'm picking up this Physicians Formula bronzer, dusting that all over your normal spots on your face where you hit it with bronzer. My cheeks, my temples, a little bit on my neck, nothing special. But this brush is something special. I absolutely love it. It's from Morphe. It's an R2, and oh my gosh, I cannot express to you how amazing this is. It will change your bronzing game. Picking up that powder from Too Faced, we're just going to kind of chisel out those cheekbones, make sure the bronzer didn't get too low on our face, and this just really gives you that nice sculpted look. Helps my cheeks not look so round, I feel like. And as soon as I put that on my cheeks, I'm just going to dust it right off. I don't want to leave that powder on too long. And then we're just going to move on to blush. This is from Milani. I don't know the name of this right off the top of my head, but I will list it down in the description box, so be able to check that out to see everything that I used. And I'm putting this on with a Morphe E4 blush brush. Actually, I don't know if it's actually for blush, but this brush is amazing for blush. And we're almost done with the face. I'm just going to tap a little highlighter on my cheeks. This is one I've been testing out from Maybelline. A lot of people probably have heard about it, but I just discovered this like 3 weeks ago, and I really, really love it. And I'm just going to take that bronzer, just because it's a nice, pretty bronze shade. It's not orangey, and I'm just going to contour my nose just ever so slightly with it. I feel like it just brings a little bit of shadow right there and makes it not look as big. And I just blend it out with my fingers. I don't even use a brush. And then tapping a little highlight down the center of my nose. And then we're going to move on to finishing the eyes and just dusting all of those darker shades that we used on our lid and our crease underneath. And as you can see right there, it's starting to give some dimension. So again, I'm just taking that pencil brush and dusting all those darker shades underneath the eye. And then this is a flat definer brush, and I'm taking the darkest color in the palette and just lining my eyes just like I would with eyeliner almost. I like to do this instead of eyeliner just because I find it is a little bit more softer on the eyes. So as you can see right here when I open up, there's a big difference between my right and left just with using those darker shadows and then putting that liner on. And now I'm just going to take my pencil brush and just smudge all those colors together. And taking that same highlighter that we used in the inner corner of our eyes and just tapping it on our brow bone, just because I never like to leave that blank. And then after I place that there, I'm taking my blending brush and just kind of smudging that color into the crease colors so there's no harsh lines. And I'm also using that same shade in my inner corners to help my eyes pop. And I'm going to take the color BFF from ColourPop and line my lips, fill them in. And after I get them all filled in, I'm going to top a gloss on top of my lips just because I don't want a matte lipstick with my lips being kind of dry. And now I'm going in with my all-time favorite gloss from ColourPop. It's called Tight Fit, and I recommend this shade to anyone I know. It is absolutely beautiful on the lips. And that is pretty much it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.